What's up, everybody? It is Uncle Matt. We are here live for our usual Friday night live stream. Crazy week. Lots to talk about. We've got the biggest story we've got of the week. A lot to talk about. National Seed coming up this weekend. Llama Vomit. What a name. Howdy. Howdy to you, too. The big story coming right out of the gates. We got to start talking with right out of the gates is Lionel Messi signing with Inter Miami. What a crazy move! What a crazy thing that is happening for the MLS. As the Nashville SC fan in me is like, dang, this sucks that one of our rivals in the Eastern Conference is getting arguably the best player in the history of soccer coming to them. And there's some people who have said he's a little bit washed up, but he is, I don't know. I think that's highly overstated. I certainly would not want to see Messi coming to going head to head with our defense. Luckily, or unluckily, depending on how you look at it, we've already played all our games with Miami this season. I'm sure my friends at Battered Herons who have jumped on their streams before, they are got to be through the roof over the Messi signing. It's crazy. It's crazy that the Messi signing went through because it's been rumored since pretty much Inter Miami came into the league. Like that was kind of like part of the deal when they came in was like they're coming in, they're going to get Messi, they're going to get Busquets, they're going to get all these players. It maybe didn't happen as quickly as was originally thought. And I honestly thought that it was gonna happen, but it just really seemed like he was gonna go back to Barcelona. That like the last couple of weeks, the trend seemed to be that he was gonna go back to Barcelona, and it felt like that made sense to me because he didn't get to end the Barcelona story his way. He kind of got forced out by their stupidity, by their mismanagement of their finances. Like they had to let him go because it's kind of incredible a club of that stature had mismanaged himself so badly. And then they still could not figure out a way to get him back. Like that seemed to be the breaking point, was that they could not guarantee to Messi that they could officially re-register him, bring him back in, and he even said it. He said he wanted to go back to Barcelona, but the uncertainty of can we go back, can we not go back? He didn't want to do that to his family, and then Barcelona, scumbags of all scumbags, threw him under the bus and came out with a statement that said, "We completely understand that Messi did not want to come back to the pressure of a hype like this guy, the most talented player in the world, the guy who's just won a World Cup. Like he's afraid of the pressure of coming to Barcelona. Like no wonder he did not give them the benefit of the doubt. Like they have thrown him under the bus so bad. Like it's embarrassing how badly Barcelona has treated him. Like their greatest player of all time, like the greatest player of any team of all time, and they thrown him under the bus basically twice. 2 years ago when they couldn't figure out a way to get him signed and just let him leave to go to PSG, and then this one where they wanted to bring him back, he wanted to come back, and they couldn't figure out a way to do it because they're so stupid in the way they manage their money. And to just say hey, Barcelona didn't have to release a statement. There was nothing to do with Barcelona in this situation. They could have just let it happen, let it go, everything. But then they had to put out a statement we understand that Lionel wanted to go to a situation where the pressure and this, how petty, how stupid are you? Good Lord. This is your greatest player of all time. Everything you've had in the last 20 years is because of Messi. And you're going to, try to throw him under the bus, try to, throw shots at him. If I was, Xavi, their coach, I would be so embarrassed. I'd be because Xavi's friends with Messi. They were teammates. They're friends. They're teammates. I would be so embarrassed if I was the coach and the team released that. I'd be like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing right now? How are you gonna go out and say that? Oh my god, that when that statement came out, it's like, take shots at MLS, whatever. Take shots at MLS, fair game, fair game, fair game. But like, you're simultaneously taking a shot at your all-time best player. Everything you've accomplished in the last 20 years is because of this dude, and you're taking shots at him. And it's not like Ronaldo. It's not like Ronaldo. It's not like Cristiano who threw United under the bus. Messi has done nothing but love Barcelona. He has done nothing but love Barcelona, and they have thrown him on the bus. They have burned him to the ground. They have thrown him out the window. Every chance they get, it makes no freaking sense. It's so terrible. It's so awful. United fan. I have always been a Ronaldo guy, but I'm a Messi guy now. Like, and I'm so mad about like what Barcelona did to Messi. It's ridiculous. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what they did to Messi. Like, he wanted to come back. And the only reason he couldn't come back is because your team has so badly mismanaged your finances that they you can't get the best player in all time back to your team because your finances are such a mess. And then you're gonna throw him on the bus and be like, "Well, he didn't want the pressure of coming back." Like, are you kidding me? He just won a World Cup like 2 months ago. He's not some washed up dude who's like, "I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore." He just won the World Cup. I've been the biggest Ronaldo pro guy, Messi hater in the world until the last few months. Because Ronaldo showed his true colors where he turned into a scumbag. Messi finally went and won his World Cup. And he said, "I want to go back to Barcelona. I want to go back to Barcelona." And Barcelona pooped on his head. Pooped on his head. There's no other way to say it. There's no other way to say it. It's embarrassing. I would be embarrassed to be a Barcelona fan right now. To know that our greatest player of all time wanted to come back, and he's still good. He's still good. Like, that's the other thing. There's like people will be like, "Oh, he's Messi's going to MLS because he's washed up." Like, he just carried his nation to a World Cup championship. Is he at his peak? No, but he is like not washed up at all. Not washed up at all. It's embarrassing. Like, the people are saying that. It's crazy. As I said before, the Nashville SC fan in me is super pissed because like I don't want Miami to be a good team. I don't want Miami to have good players. And there definitely feels like it's a little bit of like a favoritism there, like because now they're also maybe getting Busquets, maybe they're getting Angel Di Maria. Like, how are we gonna allow all those players to go to Miami? Definitely seems a little bit unfair. Definitely seems a little bit shady. But the soccer fan in me, the soccer fan in me that wants to see the game grow, is like, holy hell, Lionel Messi's coming to America. This is going to be awesome. Sucks. Sucks, but it's great. It sucks because I don't want Nashville SC to like be losing because of Messi being at Miami. But also, I'm happy that he's coming to MLS. But I'm also shocked that it happened because I thought for sure, I thought Miami was out of the race because the way I thought he wanted to go back to Barcelona. That was my number one thing. I thought he wanted to go back to Barcelona to finish the story the right way, to not like let it be just like he got forced out type thing. I thought he was going to go back to Barcelona, but the secondary thing was like that he also had an offer for $1.6 billion to go play in Saudi Arabia. And Kareem Benzema just took that money. N'Golo Kante just took that money. Obviously, Ronaldo a little while back took that money. I 100% thought if he wasn't going to Barcelona, Messi was going to go there and take the money. So like, I'm I don't know if we'll ever fully know. There's already been rumors about like Apple has kicked in some money, Adidas has kicked in some money, Miami has offered him future ownership. So there's already some like speculation about like how they got this messy deal over the line. But to beat Saudi Arabia is insane because like obviously Saudi Arabia has all the money in the world. They do whatever they want. They can buy anything they want. We just saw this outside of soccer in that they just basically bought the PGA Tour. And it's so funny, these two stories happened in the same week. The Messi turning down Saudi Arabia to come play in MLS, and Saudi Arabia basically buying the PGA tournament. Like it's insane. Lama Vomit said, "I'm happy he chose MLS over being paid the GDP of a micronation." Yeah, I am too. Like I said, the the Nashville SC fan in me is like, this sucks that we're gonna have to play Messi, but the just American soccer fan, the one MLS fan, and me wanting to see the growth of the game is like super stoked that Messi is coming to America. He's gonna. There's just no way the growth we saw it with Beckham when Beckham came. It will undoubtedly lead to growth in the game. And it's more important to us than it would have been to like the Saudi Arabia. But man, the whole Saudi Arabia thing is so weird. Like they basically just bought the PGA Tour. It's insane. It's insane how Saudi Arabia just basically like bought the PGA Tour. Like obviously this whole live PGA thing's been going back and forth like the last year or so if you've been following it, and like the live tour was the PGA's enemy that Saudi Arabia started. They paid billions upon millions of dollars to get golfers to jump from PGA to live. And now they're just the same thing. And I feel so bad for like dudes like Rory McIlroy. I mean, I don't. Maybe not for him. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Because everybody keeps saying like, "Oh, well, all the PGA guys who stayed true, they're gonna get their money eventually." And I'm like, are we sure about that? Are we sure about that? Because what is the new regime's motivation to pay those dudes? Like originally, the reason everybody that jumped to live got paid was like, we want you to jump. We want you to come to our side. Now they own everything. So what's their motivation to give anybody any extra money? Like I don't see Roy. They're not going to give Rory all that money. They're not going to give Tiger the $800 million they offered him originally. It's kind of crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It is insane. It's unfortunate. I feel bad for like the guy I feel the most bad for, and he's just like a figurehead for a lot of other guys, is Will Zalatoris. So his like complete tour earnings are like 10 million, which is great. I mean, holy hell. Give me $10 million. But he turned down like 100 million from the Live Tour to stay with PGA. Came back, got hurt, has not competed all year long. So he's in a hole. Could have had $100 million guaranteed. And now he's basically just got whatever he's won so far, 10 million maybe. He's screwed. As I say it out loud, it seems weird to like be like, this guy who's got $10 million in earnings is screwed. That sounds weird saying it out loud. But I think you know what I mean. I think when I say that out loud, I think that makes sense. Is that like, I don't know, all the guys that stuck loyal to the PGA, that were like, we're with you, we're with you. I feel bad for them, especially because like the scumbag Jay Monahan, who was like, the Saudis killed all the 9/11 victims. he basically like got them all lined up, and now he's gonna get the biggest payday of everybody. Because like everybody's saying he's gonna have to step down, he's gonna have to resign. I guarantee you, if he steps down, if he resigns, he is getting paid. Whatever happens for him, he's getting paid, and he's the biggest scumbag of them all, and it's terrible. It is terrible. Yeah, Llama Vomit said it's gross. Everybody drops their morals for money. And it's one of those things. It's like take the money if you get a chance to get the money. Like I mean, like honestly, if like it's gonna sound terrible, but if Saudi Arabia, and I don't know why they would ever do this, but if somebody from Saudi Arabia contacted me and was like, "Hey, Uncle Mad, we're gonna give you 50 bajillion dollars to support your YouTube channel," I'd be like, "Yes, thank you, please do that." But at the same time, I would never like hypocritically attack them on the other side. That I think that's the biggest problem with the golf thing is like Jay Monahan, the commissioner of PGA, just basically like acted like anybody who associates with Live was a terrorist. And now he's like, oh, there was subs that we have new evidence. There's new information that we've been presented. It's a very weird situation. Like, have your morals, stick by them, or don't. Take the money. If you're not the person who's going to be like, I'll take the money for anything, do that. But you don't like grandstand and then be like, but nope, 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 nope. Give me all the money. 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 I think that's the biggest problem with like the golf thing. It's like because like people like are have gotten past like not being able to support Brooks, not being able to support like Phil Mickelson. People they've got their fans back, but I think people are now starting to look at the actual like higher level, like which they should have been doing all along. Because like we can't blame individual people for like taking these high sums of money when the organizations they're working for were stealing so much money. So it's like Jay Monahan is the PGA commissioner. He's the biggest villain in salt. Like if you want to hate anybody, hate that guy because he legit was like blaming like 9/11 on Saudi Arabia. He was invoking their victims. He was like, well, if Brooks Koepka goes and plays live golf, he just hates 9/11. So like, and now he's taking all the money. I'm getting a little bit rambly. Obviously, I'm getting a little bit rambly here. That's an airplane. Yeah, but it is crazy how it was weird timing of like Messi coming to MLS, Saudis basically buying the PGA Tour all happened at the same time because like I fully expected Messi was either going to go to Barcelona or go to the Saudi money. He didn't, so it's like it's one of those weird things where the Saudi is apparently becoming a part of everything apparently, but a few other things. Obviously, DeAndre Hopkins is coming to do a visit with the Titans this weekend, but he's also going to go visit the Patriots. I don't want to get my hopes up. It'd be cool if he signed with us. If he doesn't, whatever. We're in a weird spot with the Titans this year where it's like, I think we have a decent squad, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird year. More Titans talk will come as once we get closer to the season. We see what the actual roster looks like. Champions League final tomorrow. I don't even want to talk about it because like I'm so sad that City is basically going to get the most unjust treble of all time. But Inter's better than you think they are. Inter, like I was like looking through Inter's team and I was like, holy crap! They got like Laturo Martinez, they got Marit Skinner. Like Inter's decent, but it's really hard to see them beating City just because City's just like a cheat code at this point in time. All right, finally, Nashville SC takes on Toronto FC. We go to the Great White North up to Canada. I wish this match would have happened like 2 weeks ago because I feel like when Toronto was in complete shambles, would have been a good time to play them. But I feel like they've kind of got some things sorted out. Like they won the match right after the big article came out. They got a draw last week, so like they're not as terrible as they have been. Seems like people are starting to respond to Michael Bradley, but we've been on fire lately. I mean, we can only go so far. So I will say Nashville SC Toronto 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw. Yeah. All right, that's it for the Friday night live stream. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Good night and good luck.